At the start of every video.
Hey, and we're live.
Welcome. Come on in. Join us for dating
God's way.
Better known as Pastor MOD.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I got my hair back, y'all. Thank you so much. Got my hair back tonight. Hey, y'all. It's Happy Tuesday.
Yes,
happy Tuesday, everybody. It is a Happy Tuesday. Yes. That's our confession today. Yes. Can we get these layouts for Sunday? Can we get the layouts for Sunday? Oh, that is funny. Yes.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Good. Thank you for joining. Hey, Dane. Is that Dane?
Yeah, that's Dane. Yeah, Dane. Hey, Dane.
Hey,
welcome.
And Kanisha.
Yes.
And we got Tara in the house. We got Cavante in the house. Yeah. Yvette in the house.
Yeah, Mama Vanessa
in the house.
Tiana.
Michelle.
Hey, a big group tonight. Yes.
Everybody, and some of y'all I can't see through the y'all stream. So, and I don't have my phone, so I can't see who's chiming in.
All right, I can see.
I can see. Thank you all for joining us tonight on Dating God's Way. It's going to be exciting.
It is going to be exciting.
Fun
night tonight. Yes. I have the comments up here, Pastor Willis.
We have the comments there.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
And
you're going to do it all. Go ahead.
I'm going to try to do it all. I think.
So glad. All of our new viewers, thank you so much for liking the Dating God's Way page.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you to all of our new viewers. Hey, you. Invite a friend to Dating God's Way, where we talk about building healthy, godly relationships. Yes.
Yeah. If you're joining us on YouTube, welcome to YouTube. The YouTube viewers, welcome to Dating God's Way.
Yes, welcome to our YouTube page. Please push subscribe. That's how you can see our videos in the future.
Yes, subscribe, throw up the likes, throw up the hearts, so people or so more others can be interactive in our discussions here on Tuesday nights. We are here every Tuesday night live at 8 p.m. And you can always, I don't know why this piece is sticking up in my head. But you can always check out the archives from our pages.
Yes.
And always go back.
Season 1 and Season 2.
Yes. Season 2. Yeah. And this season we're all the way up to episode 9.
What?
Yes, we are in episode 9.
We're episode 9 of Season 2. Wow, that's amazing.
9 weeks of Dating God's Way at Season 2. We started at the beginning of the year. And we are 9 weeks in.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, hit the bell on YouTube.
Hit the
bell. Yes.
Drive our YouTube viewership up.
Yes.
It's a lot of nonsense on YouTube that gets a lot of traffic. And here we are trying to put something, a platform for Christians that want to date God's way. Yeah. So
what we talking about tonight, Pastor Will?
Wow.
What we talking about tonight?
Wow, tonight. Well, tonight we're going to talk about single and ready to mingle.
What? Wow. Single and ready to mingle. Wow. Somebody said this gonna be good, Pastor Will.
I pray it is. I pray it is. So you're single and you're ready to mingle.
Okay. And you're a believer.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Now, if you're married, we pray that you're mingling with your spouse.
You're not single. You're not single, so you're not ready to mingle. Okay. If you're married, you're not.
I'm ready.
No mingling.
Married, you mingle with your spouse.
No mingling. If you no need to mingle if you married.
Oh my goodness, the day was a beautiful day. The day was 70 degrees.
Woo!
Oh, man.
And I'm telling you, when it starts getting hot outside, people start wanting to really mingle, y'all. I mean, it really gets on another level. The dress code changes. I mean, really.
Yeah, so it was a really nice day. We looking forward to more great groundbreaking weather.
Yes.
But as the weather breaks, dating season is open.
Wow, it really opens up, you guys. In the spring and summer, we see that just like in some animal and some
well, you know, people been in the house.
Mating season.
People been in the house for a year.
Yeah.
For a whole year.
For a whole year.
People have been quarantined. We have been quarantined. Everybody has been quarantined.
Yes.
Not out and about and everything. Yes. And so people are ready to get out. So they rushing to get their vaccinations because they want to mingle. They're ready to mingle.
They're ready to mingle.
They're ready to hit ready to hit the restaurants again. Ready to hit the movie theaters again.
It is true.
And ready to be out and about and doing their regular business.
Yeah, doing their thing.
And, more power to them, more power to us.
But tonight we're talking about believers. And what does it look like when a believer is single and ready to mingle? What does it look like? Now, I'm just gonna tell y'all right now. Pastor Will is combing his hair, y'all. I mean, it's a whole thing.
Excuse me. I had to break out the purple cone. Yeah, yes. I got the purple cone.
So, what does it mean when a believer is single and ready to mingle? That's what we're gonna talk about tonight. Let's get our slides going.
Okay. Let's go to the slides. Y'all ready?
Whole thing, y'all. Yeah, single and ready. Should Christians date? That's what we about to talk about tonight. Should Christians date? Okay, so we want to get a little bit of controversy going on today. Somebody say alfalfa, Dad.
What you know about alfalfa, Tara? You are way too young for alfalfa.
We can see the comments here.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So should Christians date is one of our first questions, or our main question of the night. Should Christians date? Should Christians date? That's what we want to get into tonight. And first of all, as we're getting into this discussion, I want to know what y'all think, right? Somebody said, what already, child? We just asked the question. So what do y'all think? We need some comments in the comment section right now. Should Christians even be dating, y'all? Yes or no? What do y'all think? This is it's a discussion we're going to have tonight. I'm going to say it might be a little controversial, Pastor Will. It might be a little controversial. Should Christians even be dating? Should I be dating? I don't know. Now, first of all, I'm up here with Pastor Will while y'all in the comment section. So I'm spraying them. It's everything, y'all. I know. It's a whole thing.
I did it smooth. They can't see you.
I know.
They can't see you.
Somebody said, courting, dating. Okay, so they going there. Okay, they going there.
Courting to dating.
Courting, right? Okay.
So is that courting to?
Courting is greater than dating.
Right. That's what it is. That's what I'm reading too.
Yeah.
So that's what I was like. Is courting is greater, or is courting greater than dating?
Courting is greater than dating. I've heard the world's way is dating and the Christian way is courting. Okay. So look at us. Right. We already going into. Look at everybody going to our discussion.
Should Christians date?
Should Christians date? And so it really nobody answering our question. Okay. They just asking more questions. You see this, Pastor Will?
I see.
There's no yes or no answer, and I'm wondering why people don't want to say yes or no.
I don't know.
Why people not saying yes or no? Now, Pastor Will, can you just make sure that our YouTube is live?
Is our YouTube live?
Yeah, can you make sure right quick while we are getting some answers to this, because I think that we may not be live. But as Pastor Will is working on that, I mean, what do you guys think? It says we're live. So yes, we're definitely live on YouTube. Boom, boom, boom. Mm-hmm. And we have a live viewer. Hey guys. And so how do we get into this conversation tonight? Because Should Christians date? I think this is an essential when you are single and ready to mingle. I think there has to be. Somebody said, because we don't know. We're not saying nothing. Okay. I need godly wisdom on this one. Right. Should we be putting all our eggs in one basket? Hey, cousin Marcus. Hey there. Good to see you. Hey, man, love and miss you too. Yes. Wish I could kiss that baby. But yes. They said they don't know. They don't know. So it's good that we brought up this topic then. Yeah. Because everybody's saying they don't know. Should Christians be dating or not?
Well, wait a minute, Marcus. Of course. Of course.
Absolutely. Yes. And yes. Oh my goodness. Yes and yes. So should Christians be dating, Pastor Will?
Should Christians be dating?
We'll go to our next slide.
Well, let's talk about it. So we want to talk about. Do we want to give our thoughts on this?
We're gonna give our thoughts on it.
We're gonna give our thoughts on it.
I think we'll go one more slide before we give our thoughts on it. What's the next slide say, y'all? Okay. Because everybody okay, should Christians date? So here we go. This is the part where we talk about it. Okay, excellent. So should Christians date?
This is controversy.
Yeah.
Controversial.
Controversial. Questions. Yes. Should Christians be dating?
And I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of controversy in Kingdom these days. There's a whole lot of controversy.
A whole lot, y'all. Pastors dating.
But we gonna stick to Christian date.
Okay. The elders and the deacons dating.
Some of these pastors ain't dating. Some of these pastors just nasty.
Fornicating.
It's fornicating.
Okay. Somebody said it's gonna be good tonight. Okay. Yeah. So somebody already mentioned this. I don't know if this on a slide or not. Seriously, though. But somebody said it already that some people look at dating as the worldly view, and then courting as the godly view. And so I think in order to answer this question, we need to define what is dating. What is dating? And I think this is I got some notes on my phone, y'all, while Pastor Will is talking.
What is dating, right?
Yeah.
So, to me, my thoughts on what is dating is, hanging out.
Okay.
Hanging out with somebody that that I have an interest in, or you may have an interest in.
Yeah.
And, you hanging out with them, you spending time with them.
Yeah.
You are exchanging, maybe exchanging gifts or exchanging pleasantries. Okay. And, and so that's, to me, that's considered dating.
Yeah.
Whether you are committed or not, I don't think that's
indicated by dating.
Indicated by dating. Right?
Yes.
So dating is, me or you wanting to spend time together.
Yes.
With the other person.
Because there's some type of interest.
Yes.
Right. So all my research that I did about dating, one of the things that I found is that it's not clear. So dating in and of itself does not have clear definition. Okay. So I looked it up in the dictionary. I looked on different websites, different articles, and dating in and of itself is pretty elusive. Like, it does not necessarily have definition to it, right? It is about hanging out with somebody that you're interested in. It's very loosely defined.
And I guess if you want to just break down or get a semblance of the word date, it's simply a set measurement of time.
That's correct.
Right?
That's
a set measurement of time of a day.
Yes.
Right? And so you meet on that date.
That's correct. And then you do that frequently. Yeah, you do that consistently, or you do that frequently.
So that's dating.
That's dating, right? Technically. Yeah. So you got the social events that you do with a suitor. Okay, what's a suitor? A suitor is someone that's suitable for your entertainment, your interests. And so I do think that, you know, because this word dating is so undefined, how can we as believers really, how do we make sure that we have some definition? There is a scripture that my grandmother used to tell me all the time. And it was a scripture that says, don't let your good be evil spoken of. Okay, the scripture in the Bible that my grandma used to tell me about all the time. And so when we look at it from this perspective, here comes the controversy. Does dating really set the believer up for evil, for situations that could lead to darkness, could lead to certain situations? Right. What does dating set a believer up for?
Well, you know, the Bible also tells us to shun the very appearance of evil. Right?
That's correct.
And so, yeah, so does dating put you in that space of appearance?
Yeah, right. Yeah. And so I do think that in this conversation we're having tonight, right, because when we talk about dating, I think that when basically dating means going out on dates, as Pastor Willie already told us. Right. But in reality, that doesn't mean anything. You just going out on dates.
True.
Is that right, Pastor Will?
That's right.
And so when you say you're dating someone, you're saying that you're going out on dates with someone on a regular basis, but you're not saying anything about what the purpose of those going outs are.
Yeah.
So should Christians be dating?
Yeah. You asking me now? Or what? What are you doing?
I'm just like the hypothetical. I don't know. What's the answer, Pastor Will?
I mean, I you know, should Christians be? I mean, with that definition, with that definition of uncertainty, I don't think anybody should be doing anything. So,
because what happens, Pastor Will, and what we find is a lot of Christians start dating, right? And they start going out with someone, and then doors start to get open. And then they start to they don't have definitions. And so what happens is somebody may want purpose, or somebody may want a commitment, but the other person is just dating. They just going out on dates.
Yeah. I think in that context, I think dating has to be defined of, look, this is why I'm dating. This is why I'm going out with you.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that for Christians, there should be some definition?
I'm saying for anybody, there should be definition.
We're talking about Christians tonight.
Christians and everybody else.
Because, I mean, like, you're not going to ask the world to start having standards.
Oh, yes, I am.
Here we go.
I'm going to ask the world.
Here we go.
I'm going, because nobody put a demand on the world.
Of course we don't.
That's why we in the place we are now.
We have common sense. If the world not listening to us, Pastor Will.
We dating God, but we have godly sense.
Correct.
The world has common sense, which is, man.
We have both. We have common sense and godly sense.
Yeah, I mean, yes, we have common sense and godly sense, but the world has the wisdom of man.
That's correct. Right? And we have the wisdom of God.
Absolutely.
That's correct. Yeah. So should believers then just be going out on dates? And somebody said, or define dates. What define dates? What do that even mean? What you defining about going out? Right? And I think this is where a lot of confusion gets in at. Let's just go right now. I'm ready to push the gas.
Okay.
This is where a lot of confusion comes in at, Pastor Will, because people start going out on dates, and then there becomes a lot of confusion. Okay. Feelings get involved. Emotions get involved. Somebody get caught up. Caught up to meet him. Somebody gets caught up.
Somebody's gonna always get caught, even when there is definition.
Yeah.
Somebody is always going to get caught up. because even when you give definition, the other person, they're going to play along with the game. they're going to play along with the terms, but really their feelings are deeper, or their feelings may be deeper.
We can control that, Pastor William.
Maybe their feelings are a little bit deeper than what the constraints are about the dating.
Somebody said, so just know today's there, huh? We just talking. We're not saying no to dates yet. We don't know if we're saying no to dates yet. Right now, we're just having a conversation. Because I think it's an important conversation to have. I think enough believers don't have this conversation. And this is why we get into the problems we get into.
Yes.
Because people feel like, let me just give it to you the way back in my day. People feel like they was being used by somebody. Somebody broke their heart. Somebody broke their feelings. When really we just agreed to go out on a date.
Right.
Okay. Like, for example, Pastor E, back in my day, my grandmama told me that I should go out with a lot of different people. Okay. This is what my grandma told me. She was like, just go ahead and like go out with some different people, like get to know people. Like, that was my grandma's philosophy.
Right.
But then I get people caught up because there are people like, well, why you going out with somebody else? I thought me and you was going out.
Right.
And I'm like, we going out, but I thought we was just hanging out.
Right.
You see, Pastor Will, I thought we was just hanging out to hang out, but you thinking we doing something more than hanging out.
Right.
You see?
I see.
And so I do think that dating can be problematic.
It can be very problematic.
For believers, it can get problematic. It can get problematic.
Absolutely. You know, when I was dating, since we talked about motherly advice, you know, when I was dating, if my mom saw me dating more than one person,
that's me saying.
Oh, I thought the stuff there.
That was me.
When my mom thought, if she suspected
Salad.
that we were dating more than one person,
Salad.
She'd come about and she'd say, now, I thought you was doing this, or I thought you was doing that. Don't go messing that girl life up. Like, and so, but this was undefined. This was, you know, dating without definition.
That's correct. Don't mess nobody life up. That's correct.
Right? And if I could not explain the dating terms to my mom, for sure, I could not explain the dating terms to who I was dating.
That's correct. That is correct.
Right?
That's correct. And a lot of times Christians end up dating and they don't have any definition. They don't know what they're doing. So you know what happens when you don't know what you're doing? You get caught up in something that you didn't want to get caught up in. I mean, that is frequently what happens, right? You, as somebody said, you catch feelings or you catch a case. Oh, Pastor Will gave me the fact. Right?
Okay. Catching feelings or catching cases?
Catching cases.
Jesus, where are we tonight?
Catching cases, okay? Catching cases. You get too caught up with somebody and you end up in some situationships. You didn't caught some cases.
Okay.
Well, yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go too deep into that tonight. I'm gonna keep it PG tonight.
Go ahead,
I'm gonna keep it PG tonight. Yes, but I'm serious though, really. Like, what I'm saying about catching cases is you now get people caught up in your bed space.
Yeah.
Right? That somebody is dating for pleasure purpose, and you can get caught in that, and you become one of their cases.
Sure.
That's what I'm talking about tonight, y'all. Okay? That you can get caught up as somebody's case because you didn't have definition, and their purpose was pleasure.
Yeah.
And so now because you didn't have definition, you didn't caught a case. You became a case. You see, Pastor Will?
Yeah, you became a victim.
Yes, you became. You became. Yes.
So should Christians be dating? So should Christians date?
Okay, let's get into some answers tonight.
Okay.
Because we got a lot of questions on here tonight, and y'all, okay. So let's get the first question. Well, what if you going out on dates to get to know one another? Okay, because how you gonna get to know one another if you don't go out on dates?
Yeah. I think this question has to be, because, we're doing a whole series on the heart. I mean, we just started a whole series.
At church, y'all. At church. People y'all don't know, me and Pastor Will be pastors at our church. Yeah.
So we just started the series on the heart. And I like to do a lot of inflection.
Yeah.
And so when you say, what if you going out on a date to get to know each other?
Yeah.
First I have to ask the question about, what am I dating for?
Yeah.
Or am I dating or am I courting?
Or are we just having friendship outings?
I ain't even talking about we. I'm talking about me.
Yeah. Okay. Or am I having a friendship outing?
Or am I having a friendship outing, right? I'm asking those questions to myself first, because before I can set guidelines with you, I have to make sure my guidelines are set within me.
That's correct. Because somebody is dating to get to know each other. Date to date means that somebody has an interest already. Some type of interest, right?
Right.
It could be an attraction, a romantic interest. So yeah, like we need some definition.
I can meet you at Popeyes and get to know you.
Child.
I can meet you at Kentucky Fried Chicken. We don't even like Kentucky. I can't say that. We on YouTube. I can't say we can't like something. I can meet you at McDonald's.
Yeah, we can meet anywhere and get to know each other. But the question is, like, once we say we're dating, we're saying something more than we just getting to know each other. We're saying that there is an interest there. We like each other. We've gone a step past just going, we just getting to know each other like a friend. That's going a little bit further. If you say you dating.
We met at Pentagon City Mall.
We did.
To get to know each other.
We did.
That was our first time meeting or seeing each other outside of band rehearsal.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, we get to know each other.
Yeah, it was lunch.
It was lunch.
It was lunch. Yeah, it was a safe time of day.
Right. So I didn't have to start to get to know you through dating. Right.
That's correct.
I can get to know you through just common courtesy, right?
So we had a rule. Let's talk about that for a minute. Okay. We had a rule that when we first started with the with our outings, we were really explicit that we were only friends.
Absolutely.
And I think that is one part about this question, Brother Cavante, is like being very clear with the other person. Like we drilled that in of like, even though we were like started to like talk on the phone, see each other, like we just drilled in we just friends. Nobody has made a commitment to nothing.
Right.
Right. And you have to be mature for that. Because like that was the truth. Like we were just friends. We had to both agree to take it to something else. It doesn't matter what was happening during the friendship outings, the dating or whatever. It didn't make no difference until we both agreed that we wanted more. It was nothing.
I was like, if you cool, then I'm cool, then we're cool.
I mean, really, that was it. He still wanted to be what? He was like, first of all, he didn't know nothing. He didn't know nothing, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. He didn't know nothing.
I knew more than what I led past on.
Oh, okay. So you was playing the game. Yo, he ain't know. He was real chill in his approach. Go ahead. Tell us about it.
I was Mac-tastic.
Ooh, he didn't have no Mac, y'all. I don't know what Pastor we're talking about.
I need to coin that phrase, Mac-tastic.
He was not Mac-tastic. He was very chill. He was very chill in his approach, which was fine because we was just friends. And I do think that, that isn't important. If you just friends, you just friends. But know that once we started seeing each other, okay, at dinner, at lunch, at breakfast, we know at this point it is not something is going on, right? So you also have to be willing to be honest when things start escalating. True.
True.
So dating is dating is tricky for Christians.
Dating is very tricky.
Dating is tricky for Christians because you have to be a really good communicator. That's it. So because somebody said, so should we explain clearly every time? Go back down right here. Her. So should we explain clearly every time? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's yes. You have to keep throughout the friendship, the getting to know each other. You have to keep communicating.
Especially every time your feelings change. Especially when you find yourself getting jealous that that person is doing something without you. And those feelings start to bubble up. And
this don't sound very Christian, Pastor Will. I don't know about this.
No, it's human. It's human.
It's human, but should you be doing all of that with somebody you don't even have no commitment with?
I mean,
it just seems crazy, Pastor Will. I don't know. It seems crazy.
Should we explain our? I'm reading this as should we explain our feelings?
Should we explain clearly every time? I read that as like while we're going out. Should we just explain like we're just still friends? Like should we be clearly articulating to each other where we are?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like if you find yourself
tripping out,
then evidently your feelings have gone a little deeper than what you even know.
All right, so go to the next question. So what's the solution then to catching feelings when you're going out on all these dates? Because that's what we need to be talking about. Because people going out on these dates catching feelings, and one person catching feelings, the other person not catching no feelings.
Right.
That's what we need to be talking about. Somebody catching feelings, somebody not catching no feelings.
Right.
So what's the solution to catching feelings?
Right. So what's the solution to catching feelings?
I think part of the solution to catching feelings is I do think that it is a important point for a believer to not catch nothing. Don't catch the feelings or the Holy Ghost until it's appropriate time.
Ooh, that's okay.
I do think there has to be some temperance with this. Because once you catch feelings, it's hard to go back from that. Remember when you and I got to a point where I was like, look, at this point, either we are or we ain't. And if we ain't, I'm moving on.
I think you need, in this sense, what I didn't have. Well, I did have. I did have. I had Rita Moore. I think what you need at this point is an accountability partner.
Here we are. Now we're talking Christian language, okay?
You need an accountability. I was about to say, what did I say again?
Accountability partner.
Yeah, I was about to say an activity partner. You need an accountability.
Maybe that too.
You need an accountability partner.
Yes.
To check your feelings in with.
Yes. That's right. One way that you keep yourself, and that's one way you keep yourself in line is by being accountable to someone.
Yeah.
And to yourself.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be catching nothing, especially for somebody that you don't know if they catching something.
Right.
Right. Keeping that under control is important. And if you are unable to go out with somebody without being all caught up, then that's somewhere that you have to get some order in. Mm-hmm. You need to get that's some place you need to get some order in, because if not, you're gonna be mad at everybody you're going out with. You're gonna take your heart through a lot of changes.
Yeah. You're
gonna take your heart through a lot of different spaces, and that will make you unstable as a believer.
True.
That will put you in an unstable mindset.
Yeah, we don't want you to be unstable.
We don't want you to be unstable. We don't want you to be unstable. So is there a limit of dates before we should have some definition? I think this is individually based.
It's a good question.
It's a great question. I think it's individually based.
I think if you're looking for a number of I think if you're looking for a number of dates, you're going to be counting on your fingers, waiting until you get to that, whatever that magic number is. And so I don't, and it's what we talked about earlier in our prayer about hiding our heart, or our heart, not our outward heart is not expressing what our inner heart really holds.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if you set this limit, what about if you go beyond the limit, or you get to that limit, now you not dating and you go cross over into something else, and all of a sudden now you find out, oh my gosh, I didn't see this.
Yeah, and he don't feel the same way, or she don't feel the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it's about limit of dates. I think it's about having some definition anyway.
Yeah.
There needs to be definition, because you live with purpose. You are a woman or man of God of purpose. So you need to have purpose.
Amen.
You need to have purpose. So the question is it different for males and females? No. It's the same. I would say it's the same, right? But the man has the advantage. That's the issue.
The man has the advantage. How is that?
Let me talk about this right quick, y'all. You know, in reality, the man is the driver. He is the pursuer. He is the person who is a man who finds a wife. So the man really has most of the, he the driver.
No.
He is the driver. If it's really, the man is the one who can make things progress or halt things.
I disagree with this one. The man is the driver after we say I do. Until we say I do, the woman has all the power.
She does not. She is taking lead from the man, because she can't be too aggressive. She can't be too this. She can't be. The woman is in a box. She is in a box because she can't really do too much.
I think the man is in a box. In our Western culture, the man is in a box.
I don't think so. I think the man has more of the advantage, because in reality, things aren't going to go to next levels until the man is on board. A woman in my opinion, a woman has an easier time opening up, being vulnerable, being honest about where they are, what they desire. Mm-hmm. And men don't. So the man becomes the driver and the person with the power, because the woman, she will be open about how she feels, what she thinks, but he won't. So he got the power. He take a long time to get there. He got process. He quiet. You don't know what's going on. The man got the power.
No, that's only me.
That is not only you. I have seen that time and time again, and more than one situation. I have seen that happen between men and women.
But I mean, we don't. I don't consider that power.
Yeah,
I don't consider that power. So, I mean, is it different for males and females? There is a difference, but yet it's the same.
The standard is the same. The standard is the same, but the man got the power. I don't know what they talking about. The man got the power.
How we get there?
How we get there
is different.
Yeah, and the man has a lot of power with that. He got a lot of power, because she ready to have conversations. She ready to open up, this, that, and the other. And a lot of times, the man he not there yet.
The power is
he don't even know yet.
The power is mutual.
Power's not mutual. I don't say power. Ain't nothing about the power mutual. I ain't seen that joint work like that that much.
Both have their advantages. The men have his advantage, and the woman has her advantage.
During the dating stage.
During the dating.
Well, so I see somebody say yes. If the man's not ready, then nothing's happening. I see that in the comments. We got many comments too. Okay, let's get to the next one. Okay, go back up. You went too far. Go back up again. Oh wow, something happened. You went too far, too fast. Yeah, go back to 39. So, when we get into this, 39, I think it's 39. So how long should you be friends before you go to the next stage?
So how long should you be friends before you go to the next stage?
I think we really have to get into the next slide.
Okay. Well,
because this, in reality, we're getting into something that is really...
Gotta be friends forever.
That is true. That's true. If you stop being friends sometime in the point, it ain't no point in staying together in reality. If you stop being friends, it's really game over anyway.
For sure.
Yeah, so we had this question a lot of different ways. How do you know when it's time to cross over? How long should you be friends for the next stage? Let's just we skipping a lot of questions. Somebody said, go back up, Pastor Will. We just skipping questions. Go back up. This is why I need to be downstairs, y'all, because I'm up here with Pastor Will. And he
like to control the wheel.
That's correct. I like to get the comments on him.
This is why the women has the power.
It is not why the women do not listen to Pastor Will, you guys.
What I'm saying.
No, this after we're married.
See, watch this. She taking the mouse. Take the mouse over this. Wow.
Ooh, look at what I did. Okay.
Take the mouse. Take the mouse.
Okay. I need the bag too. Okay, and so yes, what happened? Pastor E is going back to take the control back.
Because you got the power.
I do not. I have the power now. That is true. Right now, I have the power. I can't get where the mouse is, honey. I'm on your other computer. Okay, here we go. But what if you both are interested in each other though?
What are we talking about?
Dating. Now? So should you? It's okay as long as you both are interested in each other.
We done been so many.
I know. Is dating okay if you're both interested in each other? I think it's still about to be a no. You're gonna see why in a minute. Am I dating, courting, or having friendship outings? Okay. Let's see. Still date while you're married. Okay. We're gonna bring that one back up. Thank you, Albert. We like that.
Still date. Okay. I was like, what?
Still date while you married your spouse. We're gonna talk about that one. Okay, that's good. Yes. Okay, we're gonna come back to that one. Is dating exclusive?
Okay.
So you got to go out with one person at a time.
Okay.
So we got a lot of questions tonight. Let's get, what if the man is ready but the woman is not? Okay, we got a lot of questions. So let's get into this right quick because I think we do got to start giving a few answers.
Yeah, we need to get into the answers.
Is dating a worldly concept?
Okay. Is dating a worldly concept? Well, in the Bible days, there was arranged marriages. so dating. So I mean, even Eve was created for Adam.
Yeah.
Right. However, the Bible does state that if a man finds a wife,
he finds a good thing. Right. So the man got the power. Just FYI. Pastor Will just confirmed it again. The man got the power, y'all. Pastor Will just confirmed it, y'all. The man got the power. That's correct.
But the woman has to be in a place to be found, just as Ruth and what's his name? I was about to call him something else. Not Babado. What's his name?
Boaz. Yeah, but I don't want to get into that because there are some intricate details about that story that makes it a little bit risque. So we're not gonna get into that one. But I will say this. I will say this about that whole concept. The reality is this, right? Is dating a worldly concept? The question is like, if a believer is dating, right? If a believer is dating one person or a lot of people or getting to know people or whatever, it's still going to end up with the question of like what the purpose is. Like what are you doing it for?
Okay.
So I think, a couple of things we can agree on. Number one, what fellowship does light have with darkness? So any believer should not be socializing with an unbeliever. So let's just get that out there, right? And ain't no dating no unbeliever to bring them to Jesus, nothing like that. We didn't cover that in season 1. But number 2, talking about is dating exclusive. It's like, what's your purpose? What you doing? Why you doing it?
Yeah.
Why y'all going out? And I think that does bring us to dating versus courting. That at the end of the day, but a believer who is dating really can get caught up in a whole bunch of foolery because it is a space where a believer then doesn't have, when you don't have that defined purpose, then that believer could be seeing a lot of different people. Those believers could get in a space where they're doing things they shouldn't be doing because we just hanging out, right? And because it's so undefined, I think those are spaces that you can start to have problems in.
I think
I can't get back over there, Pastor Will.
Can't get back over there
to the comments. Okay, go ahead. You go ahead. I'm sorry. Right here. All right, I see now.
Mm-hmm. I think partially, our culture. Our 21st century culture. I'm not even talking about the Black culture. I'm talking about this dating culture.
Yeah.
Has been going left for quite a while.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
And there have been unhealthy aspects injected into courting.
Yes.
Dating.
Yes.
And then into marriage.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so, in order to really answer these questions that we're getting tonight,
yeah,
and these topics that we have, I think the whole thing has to be dissected, taken apart, and then put back together again.
That's correct, because a lot of the ways in which believers are thinking are worldly. The way that they're thinking about dating is from a worldly perspective. Your mindset, how you view dating, is worldly.
Yeah.
So the reason why the answer is no to dating, because most of your perspectives about dating has come from the world. The church has not defined Christian dating.
Absolutely not.
The church has done a poor job in articulating what does it mean when two people like each other. How do you respond? How do you act? The church has not answered that, right? And so let's answer it tonight, Pastor Will, because we have a lot of people on here doing a lot of things. I think it's important, right? The first thing is this question here. Talk about flirting, please. There shouldn't be no flirting.
Not as a godly person. No.
Not as a godly man or woman of God. Flirting only is going to lead to the exploration of fornication, sexual desire, sexual pleasure, as Pastor Will about to say.
It's going to lead to the exploitation of fornication.
The exploitation of fornication. Okay? And so, excuse us tonight, y'all. But for serious, flirting, there is no space for flirting. Flirting is only going to lead to, right? And so I have to learn to be attracted to something else other than the anatomy of the person.
Absolutely.
My attraction now as a woman of God has to go to the godly characteristics, the future. I have to be able to see past the physical aspects.
And you have to be able to see past your own physical desires.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that's what flirting is. Flirting isn't for the person you're flirting with. Flirting is for you. Let's be honest.
Yeah, the flirting is for you. It's making you feel a certain way.
It's making you feel a certain
way. That's correct. It's not really even about that person. That's what you tell your own self. But it's really not about that person. And so I think that is an important point of like, flirting has no place, but also, defining, a believer really should be readying themselves. A believer should be readying themselves for marriage, should be preparing themselves for marriage, should be preparing themselves either to find or to be found. Okay, here we go to our answer tonight. Okay, I should be in the place, and if you are a man, you should write this in the comments. I should be in the place to find. If you are a woman, I should be in the place to be found.
I'm gonna say this. Controversy alert. We don't have a controversy.
Woo, 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 woo. We don't have that.
We don't have a controversy.
Woo, 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 woo.
Make one. But controversy. You probably, maybe, no, you should be ready for marriage even before you start courting.
That's correct. Yes, because you can't be found ready if you ain't ready.
And you can't find somebody and then take them to your mama house to live.
That's correct. You cannot find somebody and take them to go live with your mama. You cannot do it.
And I'm not saying you should be out on your own or have an apartment on your own, but I'm saying is that
you got to be ready for a family.
You got to be ready for a family.
That's correct. You got to be ready to take care of somebody. You got to be ready to bring something to the table. You have to be ready. So that is correct. You should be in the place of finding or being found. And this is why we get into trouble with Christians, because people just out there in Zamunda ready to sow their royal oats. You see, Pastor Will, they really not.
This is a sleepy one tonight, y'all. It ain't me tonight. It ain't me.
They're really not readying themselves to find or readying themselves to be found.
Right. And so, by the time when you get to courting,
yeah,
you should prepare. Like, if this thing fly off within the next 6 months, my life should be ready to, as a man, my life should be ready to take on a family right then and there.
That's correct.
If we have to if God desires us to get married within the next 4 to 6 months,
that's correct.
I'm ready.
I'm ready in myself. That's why I'm out here. That's why I'm out here talking to potential suitors, talking to having friends. Is at some point we not just being friends. You are finding, and I'm looking to be found. That's the answer. And I will say that because I will go back 20 years ago, y'all, 21 years this month, 21 years ago when me and Pastor Will first started talking, because this was not our mutual mindset, a lot of foolishness came with it.
Sure.
Because it was at that point, it was my mindset. I was of the mindset of like, I'm not dating nobody else. I told Pastor Will that. I'm not dating anyone else. The next person that I court is going to be look with an eye towards marriage. I'm not doing that. Okay. I knew that at 21. Ain't no more jokers wasting my time. Okay. My time is precious in the sight of God. Hallelujah. Okay. And so I knew that. Y'all right on time tonight. That is true. But that has to now, especially, look, some of y'all are 30. Okay. I ain't saying nothing about it, but you're getting a little bit for your time to be played with. It's getting a little past time for your time to be played with. You gotta get some standards. You see what I'm saying, Pastor Will?
I see what you're saying, Pastor.
So there has to be that mutual understanding, because that really got me and you into some places. We didn't have mutual understanding.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Y'all hear that? No, we didn't. No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
No, but
you were a quick study though. You got there quickly.
Oh my goodness! But I wasn't in the mindset to when I got in the mindset to be married, yeah. I was ready to be married. That's point blank.
Point blank. When he got there, It was a blessing. Okay.
You wanted to just come and take my money.
I did not. I had my own money. I had my own place.
She wanted my bank.
I had my own place, y'all. This is a real misconception. Child, with $1, y'all. That's about, look.
She wanted my dollars.
I had my own place. I was taking care of myself.
Yeah, she
for years. Y'all, before Pastor Will came along, I was an independent woman.
Yeah, she had her own townhouse and everything. Yes,
that's correct.
Yes, she did.
That's correct. So I didn't need Pastor Will money. Regardless of the conversations at that time, I did not need Pastor Will's money.
I ain't had no money to give.
I did not need Pastor Will's money, but in reality, he was not in that mutual space of finding. It took him some time to get. They didn't take him a long time because I wasn't playing no games. Okay, I'm gonna just be.
No, you wasn't playing no games.
I was in the courting mindset. I was not playing with no. What you say?
I said, okay,
yes, you did. You.
Okay.
I was okay. I thought you were saying something more like that.
Okay.
Like, I think that's important. Once a believer should be serious about their destiny, about their future. And that does not just mean women. That means men and women. I don't think there should be a difference between men and women. Everybody got to be serious about their destiny in God. And that includes who you're going to spend your future with.
Yeah. Okay. What else we got tonight?
Yeah, Pastor Will, why you don't like to talk about this?
This is good.
We got to get the men serious.
The men are serious.
Not Pastor Will.
Yeah.
Pastor Will.
Yeah.
We need your help, Pastor Will.
Here it is.
We need your help to. How do you help the men become the finders?
How do I help the men?
I'm gonna help them become the be founders. How do you help the men become the right? Because you meet somebody and then they not ready. They not ready to be finders. Why? Why they? What's going on? Tell us, Pastor Will.
To be a finder.
To be a finder. Okay, help us.
Or to be a hunter.
Oh, love it. Okay, come on.
To be a hunter, there has to be some grooming and training. And I think keep it serious. And the unfortunate thing is that many of us are no longer taught to hunt. We left out there on our own to hunt.
Yeah.
Right. And so
no preparation.
So we're like Tarzan in the jungle, and we're being raised by apes. And so that's how we are approaching things, like primates and primates. And so the 21st century woman.
Yeah.
That's not her MO.
Oh no, she got jobs. She ready.
The 21st century woman is ready. 21st century woman has college degrees.
Yes. Bank accounts.
They have great jobs.
Savings. Yes. 401k.
They have futures. They're not necessarily looking for just somebody to take care of them.
Yes.
They're looking for somebody to have a future with.
To have a future with. That's an important point, Pastor Will.
Yeah, and so I think men as being the hunters is that now we have to up our level of bait. We have to up our level of bait, because what's happening, so for some of these women, their fathers are growing up to be strong women.
Yeah.
And not settling for, how would you approach somebody in the likes of a Kamala Harris if she was single? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Even if I met you now, if I was single and whatever, how would I approach you as an executive?
Okay.
It'll be quite different than when I approach you 20 years old as an admin assistant.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct. I got a little bit more wisdom now.
A little bit more wisdom.
That's true.
You're not impressed with the Ford Explorer. As if you was impressed with it back then.
I was impressed with different things.
You were impressed with different things.
That's absolutely correct.
And so, so now how we hunt, how we find, is different now.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that I've been really in prayer about for this generation is the level of maturity comes up. The standard of maturity comes up, rises up to a point where we don't have to have these conversations. Where we don't have to have these conversations about what the 21st century woman want, but we can be what they need.
That's correct. Because the reality is neither party has to be needy. I don't feel like I was needy emotionally or physically or financially or none of those things, right? And so it was a different conversation we were having, right? We were having a future conversation, not a now conversation. And I think that's important for the finder and the person being found is we're not just talking about somebody to help with an immediate need. We're talking about somebody to spend my future, my life with, and that's a different conversation.
Yeah, you had a need, and that was a need. You're a clearly defined future.
Yes,
that you could see.
That's correct. Yeah,
and that's what
it wasn't the immediate need.
It wasn't, but that's what I was able to provide.
Absolutely,
I was able to provide you a glimpse of a future.
Yes,
that you was okay with.
That's correct. Now that's correct. That's what sealed the deal. What sealed the deal was when he started opening up that visioning, and looking into the future. Now we getting somewhere, okay? We leaving, okay? We leaving 22nd Street. We leaving all the places, and we going somewhere. I like that. Okay. We going somewhere together. So the question was, well, what if both of y'all believers are working on yourself and getting yourselves together? That's great. You're getting yourself together for the future, not for an immediate fix. And I think that's an important point. The finder and the to be found. You are not getting yourself together for any immediacy. Like, I need to get myself together so I'm presentable for somebody today. But more so, you're looking towards your future, the type of person you want to spend your life with, the type of person that's going to enhance, and the type of person that's going to be a part of what you're building in your life. Yeah. And so our answer tonight is, let's just get to the answer. Should Christians be dating? Probably not. It's a hot mess. Yeah. It's a hot mess. Christians should be courting, should be only dating with purpose. That's what courting is. Dating with a purpose of future. But not just going on dates to go on dates. Get to know each other as friends. If that's what you'd like to do, that is fine. But know when the next conversation needs to happen so you don't find yourself in a situationship like we talked about 2 weeks ago. So
what does that look like? That could look like going out in groups.
That's correct. Yes.
Keeping
some neutrality about it. Yeah. Being neutral.
Yeah. Can you talk about future things?
You gotta be careful, because if you're talking about future things with a temporary person, that can get messy. Wow. Because you're talking about future plans with a temporary, it's temporary, they don't.
Wow, that's heavy.
So then they start planning future with you in mind, but you're not interested in future with that person. I think that's wrong. It's a lead on. It's a wrong lead on. And I think women and men do it. I think it's wrong, because you're talking about you don't want to do with that person, or you don't know yet if you want to do with that person. It's just wrong. It can lead someone on. Yeah. And I think that's just not right. Right?
Right.
I think that's not right.
That's right.
So the question is, so do I have to pay for myself then when we go out? They said, just kidding. But look, I definitely the Pastor Will definitely paid while we got to know each other. That is true. Hallelujah. I remember in the beginning I did do something. Did I do something, Pastor Will? Yeah. I did need to see y'all if he could like afford my lifestyle a little bit. Because I'm telling you, Pastor E, I liked my crabs back then, y'all. I liked my crabs, my seafood. Child, you said we going to what? We ain't going to no Waffle House, McDonald's, whatever it is. IHOP, whatever. Denny's.
Honestly, but dating God's way.
Yeah, talk about it, Pastor.
You got to put all those worldly things behind you.
That's correct.
Because and at this time, Pastor E caught me when I was good and saved. Because before, if I brought you seafood, there used to be a song out, and I won't be too explicit because but
it's getting late.
Seafood meant something else.
That's correct.
And so
it had an implication behind it. And so you do have to watch that some men still have that mindset.
Absolutely.
That if I paid you dinner, or I took you out, or I gave you something, that there has to be something that I receive in return.
Yeah.
So we do have to watch that,
That's a good way to say it.
Yeah, and so the question is, if the woman offers to pay, should you let her?
Thank you, Mama Vanessa.
Should you let her? If the woman offer to pay, should you let her?
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
Don't let her pay. Don't let her pay.
Absolutely.
Don't let her pay. Don't let her pay.
Absolutely. If you want to pick up this bill, go ahead. Go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you. But they will judge you.
Tell the truth. That's what the answer is no. Because yes, we judging you all the way. I'm telling my mother. I'm telling all the people. So definitely don't do it.
You will be talked about.
You will. Yeah, you are the conversation at the table, child. So yes, don't do it. Okay, so how do we be clear with future conversations? How do we address it when it's asked? We're not there yet. We're not there. We're not there yet. We're not in that space. Average conversations for people that I'm courting, or when I'm in a space when we are beyond just kind of getting to know each other. Like, we're not really there. That's true. Like, I need to keep some boundaries. And it's good to say I need some boundaries around my heart. Like, I don't want to just put all of my heart out to every person that I meet. That's okay. Have some boundaries. And I'm gonna tell you what boundaries do. Those heart boundaries do allow you to then, when it's time for things to progress, be very honest about where you are and where you're not. Like, look, I'm not doing this for forever. We just talking about future, but we not moving nowhere.
Yeah, the future conversation, you got to be so careful because future is very intimate. And so when you having future conversations about the future,
yeah,
they may be trying to place themselves in your life to get you visualizing
yes
on what life would be with them.
Yeah,
Manipulation. And so you have to be very, very careful
who you talking about
the future with.
Come on, Pastor.
Yeah, because those things can lead to control.
Yes, manipulation,
deception.
Yeah.
Because they have put their self in that intimate place.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got to watch that. Those intimate traps. You got to be careful with those intimacy traps in those kinds of conversations.
Especially a future that you and God have worked so hard to vision and to a destiny to move on to. And then here comes somebody trying to insert themselves in that place, in that vision between you and God. And God ain't showed you them.
That's correct.
In that place.
That's correct. And they're not ready for what God then shows you. Let's get into it. They're not ready for what God then shows you. So you got to look. We are.
That's good.
We're courting with purpose. Right? So the question, Pastor Will, is we got a few more minutes.
But I think I want to preach because Joseph allowed his brothers to be getting. Joseph ran his mouth to his brothers.
Yeah.
And his brothers saw themselves in this future, but they didn't see themselves as partners.
Yeah.
They saw themselves as foes.
Yeah.
And so you have to be careful when you when people put themselves in that vision between that God has given you, and between you and God, because they want to see themselves. They're not going to always see themselves as your partner.
Yeah.
But they're going to see, oh, you choosing God over them in this vision.
Oh my.
Oh, you choosing this over that. Oh, in your vision, that means that I am less than.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
You got to be
somebody
careful.
Trying to get in on your blessings, child. You got to be careful.
You got to be
careful. You got to be careful. So how do you know if God's ordained for the both of you to be together? Look, I'm going to go back to T.D. Jakes on this one. I love T.D. Jakes when he said about this. You know what T.D. Jakes said? What T.D. Jakes say?
What did he say?
T.D. Jakes said, look, it's 1 billion people in the world. There is not only one person you can be with.
Absolutely.
Child, look, 1 billion people. Look, T.D. Jakes said, the whole concept of there's only one is crazy, right?
Yeah.
And we will get so caught up. So I do think that part of what, when we talk about God ordained, we're talking about what are the things that has revealed to you in your future spouse. What are some things that God has revealed to you about your future? And that's the way in which we embrace the people that come into our lives. How do they fit with that God future? How do they fit with what God has said? Right? Not necessarily they the one. When you get caught on they the one stuff, that stuff can really derail you, because now every person you're trying to see if they're the one, instead of having definition around God purpose.
Yeah.
What has God said? What do you know him to say? And how does that person complement or not that?
But when you can find that one where your vision, you and her vision, or her and his vision aligns together.
That's correct. Yes.
Then
what God has said to you and what God has said to them,
then you need to take that one off the market.
That's correct.
You just need to go ahead and move forward.
That's correct.
Because see, those that you really connect with like that, in due time, and it's in the courtship season. Yeah. I'm not talking about in the dating season.
Not a dating season.
But those that you connect with like this in
the purpose season.
In the purpose season.
Yes.
That's the one you grow with.
Yeah.
That's the one that's the one that don't come around. That only comes around every so often.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. So you're looking at God purpose, God future. You're looking at purpose. You're not looking just for a one. Lord, y'all. So we need a part 2. Child, y'all love these part 2. These part 2. Look, is it okay to pray about it? Pray what you praying about? That's Pastor Will. What you praying about?
What you praying about?
Because if you're praying about a person, that can become problematic. I'm gonna tell y'all. You start praying about a person, that will become problematic because that person will not be perfect.
It will not be.
That person will not be perfect. The Pastor Willie I met 21 years ago was tripping. He don't want to be married. He don't want to share his money. He don't want to do this, do that. Okay, so I had to look. I looked beyond. I chose to look beyond some of those things and look at what I saw. But that wasn't about just my prayer closet, right? I mean, it's just like some things are spiritual. And I'm not saying don't seek the Lord. God will show you red flags. God will also show you potential future. He will show you all of those things. But it's not necessarily praying about the person. That just can become dangerous. You got to watch out for that. Praying about the one. Got to be careful with that.
Yeah. You have to be careful about that.
Praying about the one get a little dicey.
Yeah.
Get a little dicey. I lost my connection.
Yeah. Okay, where y'all at?
Okay, here go. Okay. Yeah, looking for a sign. Yeah, it just don't work. That whole looking for a sign thing, it just don't work. You're looking for a sign, and Jesus ain't really giving you no sign.
Yeah, you're not really looking for no sign. You're looking for your sign.
The one the one you want to see. What you want to see in it.
Lord, if this the one, send a flying horse over my house. That's the sign I'm looking for.
Let me see the number 3 times. You superstitious. Nothing spiritual about that, right? And so I do think we need to get a little bit more clear about that. You're looking for signs. It's like horoscopes. You're not really being spiritual. You delving into something else. So I think we do need to be careful about praying on it. That can become very skepticism and get us into some deception. Absolutely.
Follow the Thunderbird.
Demonic child. Yes. We talking about Coming to America if you ain't saying it. Don't tell them. Okay, I'm sorry. Listen.
Those that get it again.
That's correct. We look. You can get into some deception when you start getting those false motives. You praying about things from the wrong heart space.
Yeah.
Focus on purpose and the future. That's it.
Yeah.
This topic was hot tonight. Okay. Hot topic. We might get into part 2 next week. We'll see. We will see. I do think it maybe have some value to getting to courting some more, Pastor Will. What does it look like to court?
Yeah, I mean,
because we definitely not. They said we've entered into overtime season. Go ahead.
Yeah, and we. Kim.
I
think we're gonna have to also. I think next week. I think we also look at biblical hookups. We'll look at biblical
hookups.
Yeah.
Yes. Tara, put that on there. Biblical hookups. We're gonna get on biblical hookups next week. And see some errors that was made, and also some success stories maybe. But yeah. Let's get into that. Biblical hookups next week.
Biblical hookups. Yeah.
Yes. Biblical hookups. Hey. Yes. Gonna be good next week. So I hope y'all enjoyed Dating God's Way. We did go over tonight. We went about 15. We went about 15 minutes over.
Pray that you pass.
Yes, pray you pass your midterms. Yeah. We went about 15 minutes over tonight. Yes, I think it's important though to remember we're not just dating a date, but we're courting with purpose. And That's what we talked about tonight. So
y'all good?
Dating God's way.
Dating God's
way. Dating God's way. Oh no. Oh, whoa. I'm like, he different. He look different. No, he not on me.
I closed on.
Oh man. Okay.
So thank y'all for
thanks for joining.
Thank y'all for joining us tonight.
Oh no, he gone. Okay.
Yeah, he gone.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have enjoyed our time with you. Yeah. Thank you so much. And we look forward to next week. Yes. It did get a little somebody said rated R, says it did get a little rated R tonight. But you know what? It's all good. We had a great time tonight with you guys. I think it's this one. Is it that one? 806? We had a good time tonight. Yes. And we enjoyed talking with you all about single to mingle. Should Christians be dating? Yes or no?
So we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
Biblical hookups.
Biblical hookups next week.